Solutions to linear equations. A solution to a linear equation is any ordered pair. And an ordered pair is what? That's a x, y value, right? Any ordered pair that lies on the line, right? On the line that we are graphing. Okay, this means that it will make both sides of the equation true when x and y are substituted. Okay, we're going to see what that means, but when we replace, like on our formula, y equals mx plus b, if we know m and we know b, and we know x and y, we just want to make sure they're balanced. Okay, just like we did when we were solving equations. What we're going to do now is we're going to make a table of ordered pairs based off of this graph. Okay, starting with when x is 0, what is our y value? Well, you go to your x-axis, go ahead and label it. When our x value on our x number line is 0, our y value, -1. Very nice.
What? How did you do that?
When we go to 0, here's on our x number line, when x is 0, right? We find our line from that point. Our line is at -1. Our y number line is at -1.
Are you making numbers up? I'm just curious. Where did you get the -1 from? Wait, I'm going to do that one.
All right, we're looking at this point next, which is when x is 4, right? What is y? Well, we went out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That location of that point is at 4, 5. Okay, so we can put a 5 in our table. And then our last one, when x is 8, right? See how this is our x values. It's saying when x is 8, what is our output? What is our y value? Well, we go to where x is 8 at, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8, 11. Okay. Any questions? That's how we fill out our table. So each of these values here, right, these are all ordered pairs. Right? How many ordered pairs do we have in this table? 3, right? 1, 2, and 3. And we plotted those ordered pairs. And what we're saying is that each one of these ordered pairs, they're also, and write this down, they're also solutions. They're also solutions. Okay, so 0, -1 is a solution. And what I mean by solutions is that once we have an equation for this line, so we can find the slope. Right, we could use our slope formula, or we can do rise over run. I'll do the slope formula because we haven't seen that in a little bit. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? Minus -1. Good. Okay, that's going to be, if I put that in the calculator, I'm going to get 6 over 4, or 3 halves, right? 3 over 2. That's our slope, okay? So we can go over here, right? We had our whole unit on slope. We know how to do that. Well, we just saw with our quiz today, right? What's the y-intercept of this line? -1, good. Can we write our equation now? Lovely. X minus 1. And so we have our equation, right? And really, this is kind of all of the stuff we've looked at come together. So I know this looks like a lot, but we've spent a lot of time on each bit of this, right? We learned how to how to draw lines, right? How to plot points, how to use the slope formula, how to find your y-intercept. So it may look like a lot, but you've spent a good amount of time on each of these. And again, what does it mean that it's a solution? It means that if I put in 0 and negative 1 into my equation, if I say when x is 0, so again, y equals 3 over 2x minus 1. Okay, if instead of an x I write 0, y equals 3 over 2 times 0 minus 1, it should equal negative 1. I put in my y value, I put in my x value. Are they the same? Right? Well, 3 over 2 times 0 is 0, and I'm left with negative 1 equals negative 1. It's a solution. I just plugged in x, my input, and I got my output. Right? I could also do it this way. I could say y equals 4, or I'm sorry, the slope is 3 over 2. 3 over 2 times my input of 4 minus 1. I can solve for y now. Instead of counting, I could say, okay, what is my y value? Well, 3 over 2 times 4 is going to be, 6? I could do that in the calculator if I wanted to, but it would be 6. Y equals 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. And look at that. If I plugged in 4, if I plug in my x value, this equation gives me my output of 5. Okay? I'm not asking you to do this exactly today. I'm just asking you to look at the graph and give me the points. But that's pretty cool to be able to do that. And you'll be able to get that down by the end of the week, where we just plug in our inputs, our x values, and we get out our outputs. Input, output. X and Y. Are there any questions over that? I know that was a lot, so if you have a question, ask. Yes, London. Okay. This next one will be much quicker. We're just going to get the points and make our equation. Here's our y-intercept. That's always what we plot first. All right. What is that y-intercept? Where is it crossing? 0, right? So the y-intercept is 0. What do we call that point? It has a specific name, actually. The origin, yeah. 0, 0 is the ordered pair. And that's the origin. Okay. Then we're going to look at when x is negative 3. So we go to negative 3. 1, 2, 3. Go up to our line. It's right there. Whoa, that's pretty high. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So at negative 3, y is 12. That's our solution. Negative 3, y is 12. And at positive 1, I'll let y'all mark that first, sorry. And I go to my x-axis, right? I'm looking at my x values to fill out these ordered pairs. When x is 1, y is 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4. Okay, I have everything in my table. My slope, I can do rise over run, or I can do my slope formula. If I did rise over run, I would just go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. So that's a slope of negative 4 over 1, or negative 4. And then my equation, y equals negative 4x. Why don't I need to write plus anything?
Because it's negative 4 over 1. It's negative 4 over 1.
Negative 4 over 1 is the same as negative 4. Right? Anything over 1 is that same thing, right? 1, because 1 divided by anything is the same number. Okay. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. I'm going to teach you how to do this on your calculator now. Because some of you will like this better and you'll thank me for it. All right. We're going to do these two on our calculator instead of having to figure out slope and equation.
Can I just keep doing it like this?
Well, we're going to fill out the table like this. And yes, you may just keep doing it like this.
Okay, 'cause I'm not using
Okay, here we have -8, so we're going to go out to -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going down. This is at -8, -8. Okay, this one is at 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, -4. And then -2 is at -2. Okay, so there's our table. Now, I'm going to show you the keys for the calculator on this. This is actually really useful, so even if you're going to keep doing it by hand, I do want you to do this with us. Okay? I'm not saying this is optional. You need to do this with the calculator. Okay, because this will come in handy for when we get to more difficult stuff with linear equations. First button you're going to hit is Stat, and we've done this before. Stat and then Edit.
Where's stat at? Right here. Well, do it again.
Okay, one more time. You're going to hit, let me quit. You're going to hit Stat, which is right here under the delete key. And then hit Enter, because we're going to edit our lists. Right? We have list 1, list 2, and so on. So our lists, we just type in -8, Enter, and then -4, Enter. Do we need to type any more points? How many points do you need to draw a line? 2, so that should be enough. And our y values are -8 and -4. Let me know if anyone's having trouble typing those in.
So to be able to have
What is it? How to get to these? Yeah, okay, so from the start screen of your calculator, if you hit Stat, S-T-A-T, you see that button? And then you hit Enter, you should be at your list. Okay? Do y'all have these typed in? Can you bring it here? This is actually, I want to show you all something that can happen on your calculator that you can fix yourself. So, Stat, Enter. If you notice, Susanna's lists start at number 2, which we don't want that. We want it to start at number 1, and number 1 isn't even on here anymore. You'll see that? Is anyone's calculator like that?
No.
Okay, good. Well, it might happen sometimes. The way to get out of that, go to your home screen, you hit Stat, and then you just hit number 5 or Setup Editor. It'll run it, and then now when you go to Stat again, your list 1 is. Okay, so you have your list typed in. Go ahead and hit Stat one more time, and we're going to go over to Calculate. All right, you're going to like this part. Calculate. Yeah, so use your arrow key to go to Calculate, C-A-L-C, Calc. And then go down to the 4th option, Linear Regression AX plus B.
Number 4.
You hit, okay, starting again. If you're at your list, you hit Stat, and then go over 1 to the right to calculate. And then the one that looks like our equation, right, AX plus B, the calculator uses A instead of M, but really that looks like MX plus B. You hit that one, Enter, and then you have this list here. Are y'all there? Enter, 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 Enter. If you got to this screen, you have the slope. You have the slope, which is 1, the y-intercept, which is 0, and the equation, which would be y equals 1x plus 0, or just y equals x in this case. Yeah. If you like this better, I'm fine if you start using your calculator to find the equation and to find the slope and to find the y-intercept. But you need at least 2 ordered pairs in order to do this. So on our next line, which is the reason I had to teach you how to do this in the first place. You might be like, why can't we use our calculator all the time? Because you need to be able to find where are these ordered pairs on this graph. At negative, when x is negative 2, I go 1, 2. On my line, it's right here. So at negative 2, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At negative 1, it's 2. And at 1, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 6. Right? Those are the ordered pairs, just like we've been doing. We have negative 1, 2 there, negative 2, and 6. And 1. How comfortable are y'all plotting points, like getting these ordered pairs? Is that still a little tricky? Yeah? Alright, on this graph it is, just because counting. Yeah, we might do some practice with the ordered pairs later. Okay, and now instead of doing the slope formula, and doing the y-intercept, and writing the equation, we're going to look at our calculator. And this is important because you need to know how to clear your list from your previous problem. So you're going to hit Stat, Edit. You have all these numbers already there. Go up with your arrow key to where it says L1 and hit Clear. And then hit down. Everything is cleared. Go up to where it says List 1 or List 2. Hit Enter. Hit Clear. Sorry, not Enter. Clear. And then scroll back down. And now your lists are cleared. Okay. So look, if you have a number typed in here, London, you go up to the top, all the way to the top where your cursor is on L1. Hit Clear. And then go back down to start typing.
Wow.
All right, that's really handy, especially if you have a really long list. What? Try again. Go up to it, hit Clear, and then go down. All right, now we're going to type in our new values. Negative 2, negative 2, negative 1, and then 6 and 2. Okay, see if y'all remember how to get to the equation now. Did you try it? You didn't do it.
Yes, I did.
Okay, there's your list. See if you can get to the equation. If you need help, you can come bring it to me, and I'll show you.